Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I got this awesome comment from Ivan asking if I could review some cities in Europe, and I asked him which one, and he specifically asked to see Belgium and Bulgaria. So I decided to concentrate on Belgium for this video. Now, before I jump on to check out Belgium, I just want to say if you guys want me to review a specific city, a specific county, a specific state, even it could be anywhere in the world. It doesn't even have to be in the United States. Please go ahead, comment down below, and I will jump in and make you that video. Now, this will be my third video that I go international. I went to this town in Mexico. It was literally 2 hours from Phoenix. It was really cool. It was right on the Sea of Cortez. And then I went down to the Gold Coast on another video in Australia. So now I'm really happy to be going to Belgium. This is going to be a lot of fun. Now things are a little bit different when you go overseas. I've been going to Zillow a lot to review the houses. So it's a little bit different. But again, we'll still see what, homes are available and what type of prices we can see. In Australia, it was weird. They wouldn't tell you the price. You have to make an offer. So it was a little bit complicated in that way. But again, that's kind of like the learning process. If you've ever thought about wanting to move to Europe, this is how it begins. You gotta kind of research, and you're gonna learn a lot. And then at the end of the day, you do have to go there, right? You have to move there. You have to, obviously not buy right away, but you gotta see if you like those cities and be able to have the type of lifestyle that would accommodate, being able to go to Europe for 3, 4, 5 months out of the year, right? If you're here from the United States, or maybe try to move there permanently. If you guys are thinking of doing that, just remember, you need a job, right? You need a visa, you need a work visa. You can't just go there. You can't just go there as a tourist and stay, right? There's a lot of countries that if you have money in the bank and you're willing to buy a house and invest in their country, and I think there's a minimum, then they're willing to, give you residency, which is great. What they don't want is basically, a bunch of people flocking and just have it basically a lot of migration, which could destabilize their internal economy. But again, if you got some cash, I think in Spain, I heard that it's $250,000, I think, or $200,000 if you could go in with that kind of money, or you put it down, or you buy a $200,000 property cash or something like that. They will give you residency. Anyways, you gotta have to do the research. You gotta hire somebody locally, and I would definitely tell you guys that I would hire a lawyer. Absolutely, one of the first things I would do is do that before I jump into anything, because you want to understand the law, you want to ask questions, and you want to make sure that you don't get gypped, because things are different in other countries, and if you're not going to be there full time, you could really get screwed. Okay, enough is enough. Before I jump in to check out Belgium, though, check this out. I'm going to keep this short, but basically, terrible news came out today. The consumer price index, basically inflation rose to 8.2%, and it's kind of weird because the Dow today is actually rallying. What's going to happen is the Federal Reserve is now basically forced to really be very, very aggressive on raising those rates. And one would think they have been somewhat aggressive already, but we have not seen nothing yet. I think they're going to really go crazy. I think they're going to go up by probably a percentage point. It's going to make it a lot more expensive to borrow money. And, the housing market is going to be one of the markets that gets hit pretty quickly here, because, when at the end of the day, banks borrow from the Federal Reserve and then they lend that money back to us in mortgages. So when they're having to pay more interest on the money that they're borrowing from the Federal Reserve, they eventually raise those interests on us. And we could be looking at 7, 8, well, I think the percentage is around 7 now, but we could be looking at 8, 9, 10, 11% mortgage interest rates in the next few months. If not, literally in the next, very, very soon. So things are not looking good. But okay, let's keep it light on this video, even though this is terrible, but we'll have plenty of days to talk about this. Let's jump in and check out Belgium. Now, where is Belgium? Here it is. So this is it's in northern Western Europe, like sort of in the middle, just bordering France and Luxembourg, and just south of the Netherlands. Very awesome place. The capital, I believe, is Brussels. And this is just very, very, very cool. Like, it all also borders Germany right here. And, you know, London is literally right there, like so close. So, you know, very, very cool, very central, and just a great place, right? So this is where I want to check out Brussels right here. Now, this is, you know, obviously going to be more expensive than anywhere else because this is going to be the big city. So you could imagine if you're seeing homes for $1 million in Brussels, when you go to these little towns, you could probably see a lot cheaper homes, right? Maybe 700. Maybe if we have enough time, I'll jump in and check out these little other cities. But for now, let's go over to realestate.com.au to check out some properties here in Brussels. Now, the prices, as you can see here, it's they have it as Australian, which is a lot more. So we're gonna focus on the euro right now. The euro and the dollar is basically 1-to-1, which in itself is pretty insane. They're also experiencing a lot of inflation over there too. So let's look. So we're just gonna go with the euro price, right? Let me look at something now. Over there, they don't do square footage; they do square meters. So I think it's 3 feet in a meter. So you could sort of do the math there. But let's see what basically $2 million gets you, right? And I don't know how, here. So we could only imagine, oh man, these photos are like small. Okay, so they need to do better. So you get a huge house, probably in the middle of nowhere. Again, this is $2 million. You know, if I was moving to Brussels for the first time, probably would not want something this big, but this is definitely a very, very beautiful house. Let's look at something else. So see, maybe, oh wow, look at this. This is $2.5 million. Yeah, $2.8 million, guys. This is pretty insane. They need to do something better with these photos. They come out so small, you know. You're talking about a $3 million house here. Imagine, I have no idea how the financing would work with this kind of money, but this is very similar to something that you would expect here in the United States for about $3 million. So, okay, so let's get back to reality. Let's look at actually some normal price homes. Okay, so here we go. This is starting to look okay. We have an apartment in Brussels for $700,000. And let's see, we have a few photos. The photos are so small. Ugh, it drives me crazy. You know, everything in Europe is smaller, right? And even the photos. Isn't that funny? You're going to see, if you've been to Europe, the bathrooms are smaller. Everything is tiny. So here's, what did I say, $700,000 for this? Very modern, completely move-in ready. It is kind of small, but it's really, really awesome. I actually kind of like it. Imagine owning this apartment here in Brussels, and you come, you know, visit the city, and then you get to go home to something like this. Would be pretty insane. This is actually really pretty, completely move-in ready. And yeah, I actually like it, and it looks like it's in a really nice part of town right here. But how much did I say? $700,000. That's a lot of money, and you probably would need to buy, I would think, cash. Again, I don't know exactly how financing works. If there's anybody watching this video that knows about financing in Europe, please comment down below. Maybe put your information there if you know any mortgage brokers down there, or how it works. But basically, look at this. This one is how much? $800,000 basically. I'm rounding, right? I'm looking at this euro price right here. Let's see what you get here for $800,000. You basically, okay, so they got this kitchen, which, you know what? This is actually kind of nice for the city. This is actually really nice rooms. Look at that view. This is nice. Here's the problem. It is $800,000, and I could almost guarantee you this is going to have a solid HOA. Look at that balcony though. This is super duper nice. I would love to check out this property in person. Brussels is on my list of cities I want to visit. I have been to Europe a bunch of times, but never to Brussels. So it's definitely on my radar. Now look, sometimes we like to go crazy. Let's go crazy real quick. This is $2.5 million, and you get your own personal chateau. Is that what they're called in Europe? Chateaus? We call them mansions here. So this is actually really nice. How much did I say? It's like $3 million. I don't know why the pool is green. I personally, if I was taking these photos and asking as much as they are asking for this house, I would have probably photoshopped that water to make it look more blue. That's my own personal. That's what I would have done. Now, this is a huge house, multiple rooms. This looks like a huge headache. What is up with that green pool? Please, like, the pool needs to look like the sky, not green. This looks like a pond, like something that I definitely don't want to go swimming in. Really weird. But no, this house is huge. Look, it's got a tennis court. It just feels like it's from an era from long ago that just doesn't exist anymore. When we go to the United States, you go like around what's it called, Detroit, you see homes like this and you just gotta wonder, like, actually in Detroit you could buy a house like this for like under $1 million, but you gotta wonder, like, that era is gone. Like, who would want to live in such a big house these days, right? Seems like things are changing in my opinion, and I don't know, those are just not as desirable. So as we can see, like, honestly, I could just tell you that if you're gonna move to Brussels and you're gonna wanna, like a house like this is nice. It looks modest. I could tell you, I would say this is about, I don't know, anywhere from 15 to 2,000 square foot with some grass. I mean, you're looking at, what is it, $2 million, $1.8 million. And I don't even know how property taxes work in Belgium. But this is, again, you hire a lawyer, you hire a real estate agent, and you go through every single thing. You ask a million questions, because you don't want to be going out here dropping, $2 million and not knowing what you're getting yourself into. This house is actually really nice. It's in a really beautiful neighborhood, but again, it is very expensive, almost $2 million here. But let me tell you, if you don't have a visa, residency, or whatever, you show up to Brussels and you buy this house for $2 million, you're gonna be a citizen in no time. They're gonna roll the red carpet for you, because you know what? At the end of the day, guys, I hate to say it, but money talks. Money talks. All right, let's get out of Brussels and let's scroll over to one of those other little cities. Now let's check out this city. This is coming up right here, and let's see if the prices go down here. Again, yeah, look at that. So you could see outside of Brussels, in those smaller places, here we have a house for basically $315,000, which is not, it's expensive. One car garage, but it's nothing like what we saw earlier, right, in the millions. And what kind of, how does it look inside? Very modest. This is actually completely clean, completely move-in ready. You get a really nice backyard. Now, this is something, very affordable. Now, I don't know anything about the city. This is one of those deals where you gotta come in here, you gotta come visit this area and see, right? Like, is this a cool place? Like, do you want to live in this in the city? Here's an apartment for not that many properties available, but here's an apartment for what, $264,000? No, $171,000. So not that expensive again. And it's again, it's kind of janky, and this is how the city looks. What do you guys think? Pretty cool. I definitely, oh, no way. So again, $171,000. It's similar to what you would get something in the United States, right? The prices are very, very comparable. The only difference is that, in the United States, we have access to credit, which makes it really easy. It would be very, very hard for you guys to come here and, try to get basically financing. I think that would be just very, very difficult because the banks don't really want to, you know, they need to see credit history and they're not connected with the companies here and whatnot. I don't know. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and finish this video. That was a lot of fun going over to Brussels and seeing what kind of properties were available there. Again, it was very, very expensive, you know, almost like New York, Los Angeles, South Florida kind of prices. Again, when you go outside of the cities, we saw that, you know, when you go to the smaller cities, prices really do come down quite a bit. Again, a lot like here, right? So my, you know, overall, you know, if you ever wanted to go moving to Europe, I would suggest go out there and rent, you know, go out there and rent for a few months, you know, for a long time. Find the place that you want to be and figure out the money situation. Because again, you know what? A lot of people just think that you could just, you know, pack your bags and go, and it's definitely not that easy. There's a lot of paperwork you need to do to be able to stay there, right? So, okay, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this video. So, if you want me to make a video on a specific city, specific county, specific state, it doesn't even have to be here in the United States. It could be anywhere in the world. Go ahead, comment down below, and I will jump in and make you that video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.